Hey guys, it's Al with techmadeezy, and thank you so much for clicking on our video. Well guys, this is a smart robot that not only vacuums, it actually mops. And I will tell you up front, I was not going to do a review on this. You know, I was going to buy it and try it, and if it didn't work, I was going to send it back. It's some pretty decent money, but yet it's actually still a great value, but I'll get into that later. Look, this uses artificial intelligence to get around many of the objects in your home. And that is my biggest gripe, all right? And I'll tell you a little bit more later about my history with robot vacuums. I did research for weeks. I watched videos, I read online reviews, and everything I wanted was about $1,000, and I did not want to spend $1,000. Now, this vacuum has different levels of suction, first of all. It mops and it actually sprays different levels of water. So that's cool. It automatically cleans the dirt bin with the vacuum. It sucks it right up, as you can see the way this is structured. And then automatically cleans the mop pads and it dries them. And not only that, you can actually set no-go zones, areas that you don't want it to go. And you can even set a cleaning schedule. So you know what? Let's take a moment. Let's check this out. Let's get this party started. Hi, it's Al from techmadeezy with a real quick message. I just want to let you know the video you're about to watch is not sponsored. We went out and bought the products ourselves. So, if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps. Share our video. And lastly, we hope you subscribe to our channel and become a part of the family. Thank you. All right, so here it is. And if you hear the sound, it's because it's drying the mop pads. All right, that's what it's doing. So this, again, is the Eufy X10 Pro Omni. MSRP is $799. And believe it or not, Eufy's actually always aggressively priced. The features in this system go for $1,000 and higher, easily. But I'll tell you, it's on sale at this point in October 2024 for $639 with a $90 coupon. I'm going to put a link in the video description. I will tell you I've used this for around a week, and that's why I call this a first impression. Number one reason why I'm keeping it is of the obstacle avoidance features. Amazing. I didn't think I needed the mop feature, but it actually works really well. All right. I'll tell you some background. I still own two robot vacuums made by a company called Neato. And I own the D5 and the D7. And I'll tell you why I don't use them anymore, and I haven't used them for years. It's because whenever anything on the floor plan changed, this thing would get off the base, recognize the floor plan changed, and go back to the base. It wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. And so I can't keep my floor plan the same. I've got boxes coming in for reviews. I've got a dog that has toys everywhere. So they're still upstairs. I haven't used them for years. And the obstacle avoidance features in this thing is amazing. Again, there might be something better out there. You know, Eufy's got a model that goes for like $1,500. But this one, like I said, is $799 MSRP. So let me go in and I want to talk to you a little bit more about this. Real quick, I thought I'd show you a close look. So here is the clean water tank. Now, it does have some liquid in it, but it does clip closed. So open it up like this, and it's got a good seal. And as you can see, I've still got a little bit of soapy water in there. And you do want to clean these out every so often, by the way. And as you can see, it kind of connects there. So, boom, that's where the water goes in. Here's the dirty water tank. Again, you can see that mechanism there. All right. And again, if you just open this one up, you'll see any kind of dirty water is going to be in here, which, by the way, we have to empty now because we did that demonstration in the dining room. All right, that'll get stinky, I think. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, this bin, to my knowledge, doesn't come off, but it actually has the bags in here. All right, and when you want to take your bag out, you're just going to lift this up, pull all the way up, and the bag will actually come out. Now this bag is not even close to full, so we're going to keep this in here. All right, again, that's what the bin, that's what everything looks like. It's the best I could show you. Nothing major inside there. So again, I'm going to take this, put this in the slot like so, push down and lock, and we'll cover accessories in a little while to show you some of the costs, but I'll take a close look at the vac in a moment. Only a week's worth of use, but you could see here this gets dirty, right? You see the dog hairs and stuff, right? And obviously the different areas of one sucking out water, one sucking out dirt. So this is the dirt one on this side. This is the water one on this side. It'll actually, you know, and then there's the tube that actually fills the tank back there. But that's the ramp. Let's take a look at the actual eufy real quick. Well, I also want to show you this tray does come out. Okay, so, you know, obviously it's pretty dirty, but you can take it out, put it in the sink and clean it, which I'm going to do right now. Now that's a lot cleaner, huh? So let's look at the top of the unit. So this is that LiDAR. Again, this is obviously there's a light and then there's actually a camera in the front. They call that the AI.C. Again, more sensors. This is a bumper, by the way. All right. And as we go around, oh, by the way, you know, you've got buttons here. You turn it off. Obviously, you can hit that. It'll go home. Here's the dustbin if you want to manually clean it, but it does actually suck out all the dirt. You got a reset button here. All right. So that closes. Let's go to the back. Now, when you go to the back, you'll actually understand how this works. So let me move the lighting also. And you'll see here that on this side, here's where the dirt comes out, right? So it's actually the bin, you know, actually will suck all of the dirt out of here. So that's what that flap is for. The other side is really an air intake. This actually will receive air. I believe mainly used to dry these mop pads. This is where the water will actually go into this unit and fill up the mop master, they call it. All right, so you saw the video a little while ago, and these are the charge sensors back here. Let's take a look at the bottom of the unit real quick. And here are your mop pads. Here are your wheels, and they go up and down, which is nice. Here's your brush. All right, I wish it was a bigger brush roller, you know, the roller, but I guess it does a job. Here is the piece that actually helps push the dirt from the outside into, and then there's a wheel here. So pretty sure there's sensors. Yeah, there's a sensor here. There's a sensor there. Another one here and another one here. So this has, oh, actually one more. So this is full of sensors. Make it actually smart. Pretty cool. Here's a really good look on how you can actually see that the pads really sit right into the base. So while it is actually cleaning your carpets, the mop pads are not rubbing, you know, up against your carpet. So yeah, they do a pretty good job the way they have it coming up that way. So when I first got this, I took it out of the box. I plugged it in. And while it was charging, I think I had about a 10% charge, I downloaded the Eufy app. I updated the software. And once I the bag was already in, so I put some soap and water here. And I let it do its first cleaning. And then what it does is it doesn't do a cleaning. It actually goes out and maps your home. In this case, I've got multiple floors. So I've got the first floor mapped. And then I'm going to map the second floor, but that means I have to take this unit upstairs and then tell it, you know, to clean, obviously, floor number 2. But for now, I'm focusing on floor number 1. But that's nice that it does that, you know. After it mapped everything out, I noticed it did get stuck on one spot. Let me show you the spot real quick it got stuck on. So this is the spot it got stuck on. It didn't get stuck anywhere else, but once it got the wheels up here, it just couldn't come off for some reason. So I just came over and helped it. And now I made this a no-go zone, all right? And what's nice about it is I actually used a box that you can actually change the measurements. I'm going to show you that in a minute, all right? Actually, let me show you that right now. So here is my floor map for the first floor, the dining room, living room, and kitchen. This little red box is a no-go zone. This is a boundary. See this little red line, the dotted red line? So, yeah, it's real easy to create. It actually tells you the measurements when you do it. And so a boundary worked good in this corner. A no-go zone box worked better in this corner. I'm going to show you a little later on some of the menu. I'm going to show you the mapping, and I'll show you the how to edit the map, but editing the map's right there. All right, a little bit more information coming up soon. Now I'm going to go over what I call my top 5 reasons why I like this, and some of it I'm going to show you in the app. Initially, I'm going to talk just in general about this. It vacuums and it mops. I mean, that is amazing. I didn't go out looking for one that mopped. I really just wanted a good vacuum with good suction power. But I was impressed, honestly, with how this functioned. The pads lift up when it goes to vacuum, so it automatically goes from hard floors to carpet, and it lifts the mop pads higher than most of the competitors. And that's good, because then the mop pad's not rubbing up against your carpet. I like that. The base cleans and dries the mop pads. So it first cleans them, and then it dries them. And it takes a while to do that, and you can adjust the settings on that also. Now, when it comes to dirt, the base basically cleans the dirt bin. It actually sucks out in the right-hand corner. It actually uses that bin, and it sucks out all of the dirt that's in the dirt bin in the robot vacuum. I love that. That is amazing. And it is not only strong, but it takes a little while because it wants to make sure it gets everything out. Now, let me talk to you about mapping and no-go zones. I'm going to show you the app because you're going to be impressed. It's actually really nice. So let's take a look at that. So here is the Eufy app. And I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to go in to the settings. Now, right away, you're going to see my floor plan. So you'll see here I've got the dining room, the living room, the kitchen area, right, in the hallway. And then there's the Eufy vac. And up top, it's actually showing you a symbol. It's showing that the mopping pad is being dried, by the way. So that's what's going on. Now, I'm starting off, obviously, with mapping. And then after that, I'm going to go into just no-go zones, because I want you to see that as well. But the way it maps is, again, you just start off the first time in a room, and it will map the room. After that, you'll be able to clean that room. Now, once it finished, I basically had to divide rooms because it starts to name them on its own for some reason, and it makes them like this room was connected to this room, and it's not the same room. So I had to divide the rooms. So all I did was go into Edit Map right here. And you'll see here there's a divide section, and I divided the room. I'll show you if I hit divide. You see how this all whites out? And you're able to then select what you want to divide, but I'm not going to do that. Let me back out. You can merge rooms. So let's say I want the dining room and the living room to be one room. Again, you hit merge, and again, you select the two rooms. You can name the room, which I already did. All the rooms are named. And then you can set the no-go zones. But let me show you something else before I do that. So as you could see here, if and I'm doing this on the fly a little bit, if I wanted to add, I think, another floor plan, I can go to Manage Map. And you see here, I have the first floor. I can create a second floor, a third floor, all right, by turning on multi-map savings, all right? Then you hit plus. Now, I'm not going to do that, all right? So that's about all I'm going to cover with mapping. Let me show you the no-go zones now. And the one place that this thing got stuck on was that dog feeder. basically right here, if you could look, there's an orange box. I placed a no-go zone there, all right? And it got, it kind of got a little weird in this corner, so I placed a boundary here. Now let me show you how to do that. You just hit Edit Map right here, and then you'll see no-go zone. You click that, and it gives you an option for a no-go zone or a boundary. And once you hit no-go zone, a box pops up, and then you take it, you move it wherever you want, and then you resize it, and you're able to create a no-go zone. Now, what I like about a no-go zone and the boundary, by the way, is they both give you measurements. So if I hit, let's say no-go zone, right? If you see there, if I can zoom in a little bit more, you're going to see that that thing says 4.9 feet by 4.9 feet. And you can actually make it smaller, make it bigger, and it gives you the measurements. And what's cool is you can take those measurements, go over to that spot, and make sure that you are not making it too big or too small, so you can have really good, accurate, cleaning, right? So I wanted to take a moment and show you that. I hope that helped. And if it didn't, put a question down below. Let me know, and I'll try to help you more. All right, so let's review really quick because I got more for you. So number one, my number one top feature was vacs and mops, right? Really cool. Number two was obstacle avoidance. Number three was mapping, and I just showed you that. Number four was no-go zones, and I showed you that. Number five is a cool feature called smart tracking. This is really cool, and I could see it being used. So if you turn this on in the settings tab under Eufy Lab, by the way, Eufy Lab, this will follow you. So let's say you have your dog just peed 16 feet throughout your house, just kept walking and peeing, all right? Weird example. This smart tracking means that the robot will follow you. So if you have a weird area for it to clean and you don't want it to say, go clean the whole living room and dining room, and you just want it to clean a certain area, smart tracking will actually follow you and clean that area, which is really, really cool. Other things this can do, by the way, just so you'll know, you've got a manual control. So you can actually control this using your smartphone to clean a certain area, which is very similar to smart tracking if you think about that. It's got a spot also, so it'll actually focus on a specific spot. You can change languages. There are about 12 languages. And, we're going to take a look now at a route. I'm going to have this clean my kitchen, even though it's clean already. I want you to see it in action. And then I'll go over accessory pricing. All right, we're going to go ahead and do a little kitchen cleaning. It is going to mop, obviously. It vacuums and mops at the same time. And what I'll do is I'll show you the pads. You can see them moving. And it should hug. I have it set to hug the walls. So it'll kind of turn in, as you can see that it just did, to kind of hug the wall a little bit so it gets as close as possible as far as cleaning is concerned. Now I'm having it stop there. So I created a no-go line. All right. And again, as you can see, it continues to kind of slightly angle a little bit every so often so it can get the pad as close to the wall as possible. Now, I put a couple things in here so you can see how it avoids them. It does have lights, by the way. So if it is actually cleaning the floors in the evening, it actually has lights in the front. Or if it goes under a table in a dining room and it's dark, it'll give itself more light. Again, it's stopping and going around this slippers. And it's hugging pretty well. I mean, look at that. Look at that obstacle avoidance. That's pretty darn good. Again, I did do a firmware update when I first got this. So it had the latest firmware, October 2024. Now I think the kitchen has to be redesigned again in the sense that the lines, a little hump, doesn't really give it much trouble getting in from one room to another, but that's the dining room, this is the kitchen. You can tell by the two different floors. I've got really old hardwood floors in the dining room that need to be replaced. It's not used to me being in the room either. That's where the no-go line is, right there. So it won't go past. And you could see, by the way, the floor is wet. You see how it's putting the water down? Well, the floor is wet. See that? Oh, it looks like it's just going to go up and down now. It went around the boundary, and now it's going up and down now, pretty much. Just, you know, let's see. It's pretty darn good on the obstacle avoidance, I'll tell you. I mean, I just laid these down. These weren't here when it did the mapping, you know. So that's really good because I don't want to have to, you know, you just can't have the same floor map all the time, you know. You've got boxes, you've got stuff. So this is about 5 minutes. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But again, as you can see, it really does a pretty darn good job of obstacle avoidance. And as you can see, it is actually laying some water down, just a light amount of water, as it is cleaning the floor. So I hope this helped. Here are some key features and specs you can look at. Go ahead and hit pause, and we'll move on with the video. All right, here are the vac bags that are on Amazon. Again, October 2024, okay? But $28 with a 10% coupon. It's a 6-pack made by Eufy. Now, there are also some generics. So I'll put a link to the Eufy ones, but I'll also put a link to the generic ones. Now, again, I don't have experience with the generic ones, but the pricing is very aggressive. Same thing here. So here are the Eufy mop pads. $11 for a 2-pack, 10% off right now, October 2024. But again, I've seen generics. I mean, the pricing's pretty amazing. So again, I'll put all the links in the video description. So I know this is only a first impression video, but I figured I would put some stuff on the floor and see how well this cleans things up. Now we'll start off over here. We've got some mustard. We've got some dog food. We've got ketchup, we've got some drink here on the floor, and then we've got seasoning here. It's going to be hard to see. We've got a bunch of seasoning on the floor over here, so you could see that. So we just want to see, will it get all this up? You know, obviously it's pretty messy in here. So I'm going to put this on a tripod. I'm going to start the process in the kitchen. I'll also go over what settings I had. That's important also, because you can actually do different settings each time, or you can have standard settings, you know, such as how much water goes down, or what's the suction, you know, do you want a higher suction? So let's check this out. Before we get started, as you can see, we selected the kitchen we want cleaned. We can then go into Customize right here. We chose Standard Cleaning Intensity. You can do Deep if you want. It'll obviously work harder. Vacuum and mop instead of just vacuum or mop only. Cleaning, we want it to clean one time. Suction, we put that on max over here, as you can see. And then water level, we put it on high. So those are the settings. Let's go ahead and start this now and see how well it does. All right, it's going to clean now. It's cleaning the edges right now. It'll come back around. It is mopping and it's cleaning the edges right now. Sorry guys, I was going to leave the camera sitting stationary, but then I thought it would be good to zoom out. Now I did create a no-go zone so it doesn't come here near the camera. So let's see, you know, it shouldn't come near the camera. Yep, that's our no-go zone. So since it cleaned the edges, it's now cleaning the floor itself. So it's starting to clean the floor. We'll keep a good eye on it. It's going to get into ketchup soon and dog food. Okay, sucking up some of it, and some of it's being thrown by that little thingy. Alright, here goes ketchup. Interesting. Alright, it's trying to get the dog food. It's not really going up and down anymore. I think the camera sees the different types of dirt. So we'll see, you know, why it's going in such an odd pattern. There's the mustard. Alright, so far the vac is going to be probably dirty on the bottom, I think. Let's see. So far the mustard's being spreaded around, but again, the mop pads have not really touched it too much. Very interested in the mustard myself. Kind of erratic, huh? Alright, more dog food in a minute. We'll see. I don't know if it's trying to avoid it. These are too small to avoid. This is dirt. So far it's done a pretty good job with the ketchup when it's actually gone over it, the mop pads, and it looks like the ketchup is up. Yeah, so the ketchup is clean, the liquid's still there, the mustard's still there, and dog food. And I don't know yet about the seasoning. That might be up already. Here goes the liquid in a moment, or at least part of it, because okay, interesting. The mop picked that up. I'd like to see the remainder of the mustard cleaned up. Mustard, here's the mustard. Alright. Oh wow, the mustard is gone. That is good. Again, we'll take a closer look, I promise. This might be a long video. So it says it's finished and it's heading home, actually. Interesting. So let me take a look. Yeah, so it says task finished, heading home. Alright. Okay, well, yeah. So in this scenario, it didn't do too well, but I'll tell you something. I set this up on a Monday and Friday schedule, and I come home and my carpets and my floors are so much cleaner. Now I'm going to take this camera out real quick, and we'll take a close look at what we got and what we didn't get. So the dog food, as you can see, there's a couple pieces, so I don't know why, but it went and avoided the dog food. All right. Now the seasoning, looks like some pieces are still here. All right, and that's cleaning right now. That sound. It's actually cleaning the. Actually, no, it's vacuuming the dirt out. So I apologize, but it's good that you're hearing that. That's probably the loudest it gets. But it did leave seasoning, all right? It picked up the majority, but it did leave seasoning. As far as the juice that was here, that's picked up, and there's water, all right, down on the floor. The ketchup and the mustard are gone, so it got all the ketchup and all the mustard, but it did leave some dog food, as you can see on the floor. All right, there's a demonstration, and I showed you the settings in the beginning. Not so good, but so far it's worked well for us. I mean, honestly, using this for a little while now, Mondays and Fridays, it's been cleaning the floors and vacuuming the rugs. All right, so after cleaning the kitchen, you saw what we were cleaning, right? Well, we didn't really look underneath this machine, and then when we did, we said, wow, the ketchup, the mustard is everywhere. So what's nice is this stuff comes apart. The other thing that's nice is you can actually buy extra accessories, right? The mop pads, the brushes. You can get all that stuff. I'm going to put links in the video description. I did find some better prices, but good to know. Definitely take a look under your machine, you know, and make sure you keep it clean. And a little bit of elbow grease getting in there, cleaning it. It did a good job. So it's nice that it comes apart real easy. And again, it is nice that you can get a lot of these accessories. Again, links will be in the video description, but you know, you're not going to keep these forever. Sooner or later, they're going to wear out, especially the mop pads. All right, so right now it is drying the mop, okay? And after using this about a week and a half now, we went a little longer, and this is now the end of the video. I will say I like the schedule. I do a Monday and Friday. It mops and it vacuums, and I've been very happy with the results, first of all. The test we did, you'll see towards the end of the video. It's about 9 minutes long, but I wanted to show you what it would do with ketchup and mustard and dog food and seasoning and liquid, all right? I showed you the settings also, because that's important. You know, if you put this in a certain setting, it will go and do the work based off those settings. And what do I mean by that? More water, more suction, all right? So take a look at that toward the end of the video. It missed some dog food, and it missed some seasoning, but it did get the majority of the stuff off the floor. I like it. I got a really good price. I'll be honest with you, at this point, I think this went back up as far as price is concerned. It is a nice unit. I am going to keep it, but I hope this video helped you in some way. And if it did, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that, by the way. Share our video with your friends and your family. I'm going to put our social media up on top. All right, follow us on social media. Send us a message when you do and let us know. We'd love to say hello and thank you. And we do have another channel. It is a Tesla channel. Look us up on YouTube at My Tesla Journey 1. I will put a video on the right side if you want to check this video out here. That's up to you. And then if you want to subscribe and join the family here at techmadeezy, click this round techmadeezy logo right there. You'll be able to join the family and subscribe immediately. All right, send us a note. Let us know what you thought of the video. Guys, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.